So I just wanted to jump on here and talk about tapering for a competition in CrossFit. So I am now 13 days out from my first individual competition of the year and my first individual competition in a long time. So I just want to talk about how I structure my training to try and yield me the best result on the day. Now, I have no idea what the events are going to be. Sometimes they suit you, sometimes they don't. So we'll just see how it goes. Last time I went to the Arnold Games in 2022, I came 10th and I qualified 2021, but I think I was ill. So I pulled out just before, or I'd pulled my lat or I've done something, so I dropped out. And then the year last time I did it before that was 2019, and I think I finished 5th. So hopefully I can have a good result, but it depends on the guys that are there. My training's been pretty good leading into it. I've had a little bit of niggle in my shoulder, but we'll see how it goes. Now I just want to talk about this taper. So the last 2 weeks have been kind of my peak weeks. So if you understand anything about training, what you got to think about is you've got phases where you'll try and do a little bit more, your intensity will be higher, your volume will be higher, and then you follow that up with normally a deload or a recovery week to try and get a high amount of adaptation through your body. Now so this week's just finished my peak week. I've got 13 days now before the competition. In that 13 days I'm going to have 6 full days rest. When I say full days rest, I might include a little bit of yoga on those days, and I might hit up the sauna. I'll try and limit ice baths, because I find ice baths, like, because I've been training so hard, the ice baths has been adding a little bit of fatigue, because obviously it's another stressor, so it just makes me feel a little bit more tired. Now, in terms of what I have felt the last 2 weeks in terms of well-being, is I've been a little bit more irritable because I've been tired from the amount of training I've been doing. I've definitely felt like I've just got more fatigue, like I've just been struggling with enthusiasm a little bit to get sessions done. And yeah, it's been good. I've enjoyed this challenge of it, but in the same breath, it's been hard, and the sessions have felt like they've been taking a little bit longer. It's been taking a little bit longer to get warm, to get mobile. Definitely just carrying a bit of fatigue. So I'm excited for the deload. So tomorrow is my first full rest day. In terms of the next 13 days, what I'll be doing in training is my conditioning will remain quite intense, but however the volume will drop quite dramatically. I'll try and spend a lot more time warming up, getting mobile, making sure my movement quality is good, and then I'll spend a lot less time actually being out of breath. But when I am out of breath, I'll be making sure that I'm going hard, just to simulate that competition kind of standard. In terms of weightlifting, sometimes for some clients, I might keep them quite high with their intensity. So they might be lifting quite heavy, but keep the volume really low. But I find that it just, for me, my technique or my lifting normally goes pretty well on competition day. So I drop my volume and my intensity pretty low. I probably won't go anywhere above 70% now. Between now and the competition, I will keep the volume a little bit higher, just because it does take me a long time to warm up sometimes for lifting. So it will be really lightweight, but I'll be doing quite a lot of flow work to try and make sure I'm nice and warm. In terms of mobility, I'll be doing a decent amount of mobility. I'll be spending a lot more time warming up. I'll make sure my step count is decently high most days, just to improve blood flow. So that will help with my recovery as well. It will also help with my sleep. I do find that if I sit around a lot more, I don't sleep as well. So I'll make sure I keep moving, and I'll probably go for a sauna most afternoons, not like loads of rounds, just one 15-minute sauna, get a little bit of a sweat on, probably have a little stretch in there if it's not too busy, and get that sorted. In terms of rest next week, so obviously I said that I'll have 6 days rest. The majority of those rest days are next week. So next week's, let's say Sunday's the day, I'll rest Sunday, I'll rest again Tuesday, and then I'll rest again Thursday, Friday. On Thursday, I'll probably have my last sauna session, a little bit of cold therapy, and then Friday I'll do absolutely nothing but just a little bit of walking and a little bit of stretching. In terms of if you've got questions before a competition, I always find that, for example, clients want to push it harder the last 2 weeks before a competition. And the goal is you're not going to get fitter 2 weeks before a competition, but you can get injured. and you can obviously accumulate too much fatigue and go into the day carrying that fatigue. So the goal is to go into the day feeling fresh, and most of all feeling enthusiastic. Like, if you're carrying fatigue, the chances are you're not going to feel as enthusiastic as when you signed up for the competition. So obviously on the day that I signed up for the competition, I was really enthusiastic, felt super excited about it. What's happened is, I know during the peak weeks of training, your enthusiasm drops because obviously it's hard, your adrenal system starts to fatigue, your hormones aren't as good, you start to feel tired, your sleep's not as good, you feel a bit more irritable, and it's just a case of a week out for 2 weeks out from a comp, you start to taper back, you should start to feel more motivated, you should start to feel more excited. Keep an eye on your nutrition, keep an eye on your hydration, and you should feel good come around comp day. A little bit of help for you. If you've got any questions, obviously drop me a message. It's a longer video, not one of your ADHD videos where I'm flicking about, jumping all over the place, or flicking the screen every 5 seconds. So if you can sit down and watch 6 minutes of one video, bravo to you. Have a good day.